Hey, it's Len here. I'm glad you were able to sign up for remotely and hope you can get a lot of use out of the tools. We want to be able to support as many people as possible to get up to speed on this. So what we're doing initially is just setting up the sign up process so you can register for remotely, and then you'll see the screen that I'm looking at here that will walk you through getting started. Now, I'm going to do a quick overview of the apps to let you know in a little bit more detail what's there and what you can do with it. And then what we're going to do over the course of the next week, 2 weeks, as we kind of continue to adjust to working remotely, and as soon as we can, we're going to build in a library of videos that will show you specifically how to set up different apps, different ways to use them to help you to get more mileage out of this. So initially, we just want to get the registration set up, point you to this, and then give you kind of an overview of what the tools are that are available. And then we'll do some live and recorded trainings and just quick clips and answer questions and things as they come up. So on the page below, we'll build those out. We'll put links to them. We'll email you when those come out as well, and probably build sort of an FAQ section. So this is going to be a bit of a fly by the seat of your pants operation. Zoho put remotely together pretty quickly. It's a bundle of apps that they already had, and they're making them free until July. So let's take a look here. All right, so if the first time you access remotely, it'll take a minute to crank away and get started and set up your account. And then it's going to take you into this section with a little message from Zoho, and then you can click on getting started. Once you're in there, it tells you about the different apps that are included. So let me just give you a quick run through, kind of at a really high level, what each of these are, and then you can figure out which ones will be the most helpful. One of the things I really like about Zoho, one of the reasons we're big fans of it, is because it is easy to use. So a lot of these can get set up pretty quickly. If you can log into your email online, if you can do Facebook, you can do most of the Zoho apps. However, we do want to give you a hand with some of this, so that's why we're going to add some videos and content over the next bit as well to cover these. Any of the training or anything that we do for these apps, there's no cost for. We're just going to publish them, and we hope that this helps everyone as they're adjusting to working over the next bit. So we've got remote communication tools. Click is, if you're familiar with a tool called Slack, Click is a similar concept to Slack. You can communicate with others. It's basically chat. You can do direct messages to someone. You can set up different channels. So in our case for Hero, we have a general channel that everyone uses. We have a development channel that our development team uses, and then we can exchange messages. You can call each other with it. You can send text messages. You can video conference, share out your screen, all from that. Showtime is an online training platform, so you can share your screen out and then also provide training resources. So you can have handouts, you can have people register for it. You can also set it up so that there's a price for classes. So if you have a business right now where your model is delivering classes in person and it's something that might lend itself to doing it online, that could be a good fit. Zoho Meeting for doing online meetings, video conferences, doing webinars. WorkDrive is a platform for sharing documents. So if you have different documents for projects you're working on, you have things that everyone needs to access, you can set up folders, you can decide who gets access to them, and so that can be really helpful if you're looking to get documents shared out. Maybe you're using something like that already. You could be using Google Drive or Dropbox or something similar to that. One of the nice things about WorkDrive, besides that Zoho is including it for free as part of remotely, is that it ties in with the other apps as well. So if you're using Zoho CRM and you want to attach a document from WorkDrive, you can do that. Projects is project management. Kind of the 10,000 foot view on that is you can create projects. Projects can have tasks. They can be assigned to people. You can put due dates on them. You can collaborate around them by posting a comment to a task. Everyone gets notifications on it, and so you can track everything that needs to get done. So some of the things that you might have done before where everybody could jump in a meeting room quickly, you can put tasks in, you can add comments to, and work things through that way. Sprints, we don't get into that as much. I haven't used it a lot. It's more geared towards and what we call agile project management, where you're making changes as you go. It's used a lot in the software development business. If you know what agile means, that may be a good thing for you. If not, you're probably looking at Zoho Projects if you want to do any kind of project management online. Assist remotely. Yeah, Assist is remote access support. So if you've ever had someone remote into your computer and take a look at what's going on, do troubleshooting, that sort of thing, Assist does that, and then Lens takes that a step further by actually letting someone show you what they're looking at. So let's say that you need to diagnose a mechanical issue. You got to do it remotely right now. Yeah, that seems like that's going to be tons of fun, right? Well, what Lens would actually let you do is someone can download the Lens app on their phone when they run a session with you, and they can use the phone on their camera so you can see what they're looking at. You can mark it up and make drawings on it. So it's sort of like doing remote assistance, except you can actually see things that are not just on somebody's computer screen. Okay, and then kind of word processing, spreadsheets, and Zoho's version of PowerPoint, if you will. I like it a lot better. It's easier to use. I might be biased, I might not be, but those are also available to you as part of this. So we'll spend some more time in upcoming videos getting into more of these specifics, probably on Click and projects and work drive, perhaps meeting as well, are going to be the most interesting. If I hear from people kind of where the interest is, those are the ones that we'll tackle first. We're going to post videos, do some online training on those as well, and schedule some of those and let you know. But for now, I hope that's helpful. And then let's just jump into the admin panel here. All right, so if you're wondering why on earth does this say please delete me, it's because I did a registration. I did it as a test. This one doesn't need to be kept. I just want to make it really clear that no one ever needs to follow up with someone on this email address or anything like that. This is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so once you are into here as the administrator, you get to choose what apps and what permissions everyone has that you roll this out to. So when you come in here, you can go into applications and you can decide who to give certain apps to. So for example, I've got access to all of these different apps. If I go to the user home here, this is sort of my launch pad for the different apps. I can go into, click here. It's going to launch Zoho, click. All right, now there's going to be a couple of steps initially on some of these apps, so it might tell you things like, hey, please go ahead and verify yourself. And so it's going to send you an email. Now, I will never get this one because it's a fictitious email I made up, but it's going to ask me to verify that, and then I can start using it. Okay, and then let's go back to, so this is where you can start the different apps from, and then from the admin panel, I can have this for up to 10 users total at no cost until July 1st. So if I want to add other users to it, I'm going to go into users. I'll click on add user. And then let's say I'm going to, I'm always terrible at making up names here. But let's see, this is going to be, looking at books for an author. Oh, this is going to be Springy. Let's see, Marcus. All right, and he's S. Marcus at definitely not an email.com, and then I can choose what apps I'm going to give them. By default, it's going to set them up with Click, Meeting, Work Drive, Sprints, and Showtime. But you can also go in and add other apps. You can say, okay, I want them to be a user on Assist, and I want them to be able to do remote support. Unattended access means they can set this up so that when they do assistance, they are allowed to prompt the end user for unattended access to their computer. You'll see different options on each one that you set up. Fairly intuitive, but if you have questions, you can let us know. Probably until we get something more formal in place, you can post comments on the Facebook page, and we're happy to help with that. All right, so I'm going to give them that one, and then maybe in Zoho Projects, I will add them to the demo project that's in there. It's going to ask me, okay, so I'm going to, on that, I want to make them a manager, and that's fine. I'm going to pick a manager for both, and they're allowed on that project. Okay, so now I'll assign those. I'll send them a notification email. Yeah, in this case, it wants me to confirm my account before I can do this, but I can send click this to send a notification email, and then they get an email that will prompt them to set up their Zoho account and give them access to remotely as well. You click add and you're good to go. Okay, that is pretty much what you need to get started to access these. Again, if you have questions about specific apps, post them. We do a lot of work around CRM, creator, analytics, and spend a little bit less time in things like Showtime. So we haven't, run a lot of courses and things through it. So there might be some things where you've got questions on, and we may not know the answers, or we'll dig into them. Some of the others are tools that we use every day, and be able to give quick responses on that. And we'll do our best to keep up with that. But I want to share this to as many people as possible and arm you with these tools. And yeah, if we can help in any way, let us know. Our team works completely remotely, so we're used to doing this. I'm here in Lindsay, Ontario, and most of the rest of our team is in Hamilton and the GTA. So these are things that we use every day. We're continuing to work with this. There's nothing really in it for us. We don't get a percentage of commission on these tools because it's costing you nothing. But this is the thing that we can do to help during this time. If there's anything else that you need, please don't hesitate to reach out as well. But I hope that's good to get you started here. And again, if you have any questions, just post them to our Facebook page for now, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks.